Hey, look, it snowed.
Yeah, that's great.
What time does it? What does that mean?
I don't know, and it's 23 degrees out.
Yeah. So what is
the warm
that?
clothing.
But what does that mean?
It's time to get the heck out of Minnesota.
Yes.
So the big question is it frozen in the RV?
Oh.
So let's go find out.
And while we're at it, we might as well show you one of the upgrades that we did on the RV, which is minor, but we love it. And that is our brand new logo. And that was done for us, and we're going to link that below. Now we're going to find out. You think it's going to be frozen?
I'm hoping we're okay here. So we blew out all the lines last week because we knew it was going to get freaking cold this week.
Yes.
And I did pick up a little space heater here that I've had running all week long, and we've got 43 degrees in here, so that's a good start.
41 degrees. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Considering it's 20 degrees outside.
Can you see that all right?
So it actually feels kind of nice in here, considering.
All right, let's not let all the cold air in.
We're gonna pull the rig up and head on the road. So we are now tasked with taking it back to the house, filling it up with a couple of extra things, and we're off. So you get to watch over the next 48 hours us going from coats to t-shirts.
Oh boy, in 48 hours.
I think so.
We'll see.
We'll see. Stay with us. There she is. A little bit of snow on her cap, and we're hoping that by the next time we look at her, she won't have snow on her cap. All right.
We're off.
We're off, and we are going on our annual winter trip. And where are we going?
We're going to Florida.
We're going to Florida.
We're going to Disneyland. Not
We're
really.
not.
No, we're not.
Anyway, that's Disney World.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, yeah, so we are excited to be leaving the freshly fallen snow of Minnesota and looking forward to spending a snow-free, ice-free winter in the South. So this is, I'm going to call it episode 1 of the new season, which is Florida, like we said, even though we already did a little series for France that we did in September. But this is our annual getaway trip, so we'll call it episode 1. So our plan is to head down to Florida via the Atlantic side. And as you can see on the map, we kind of meander our way down all the way to the Keys and then all the way back up on the Gulf side with no real end date in mind. So we will share with you our route along the way. In the meantime, we thought we would give you some updates on some stuff from our last season. So the first one was, so the last time we were with you on season 2, when we left off, you were still working.
I was working 3 days a week, completely remote.
Yep.
And this past, I guess April, May-ish, or whatever, I basically officially retired. So I'm no longer working. So that'll change our travel dynamics a little bit.
Yeah, it frees us up. Not to mention, you're not working anymore.
I'm not working anymore.
And do you miss it?
Not really, no.
No. Okay. So that's new and exciting that we're both now fully retired and enjoying whatever we want to do whenever we want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other update was...
So on our departure for the National Rally in Elkhart, we had a checklist failure, and the tailgate was damaged, and we ended up with a warning every few minutes. It seemed like that was going ding, 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 tailgate open. It took us a while to get that resolved, and finally, after the second try, they replaced a couple of parts, and that issue has been resolved.
So Chevy finally came through on a warranty item.
So we're hoping for the perfect season this year.
Describe the perfect season.
So the perfect season, well, let's talk about seasons 1 and 2. Season 1, your mom had health issues and eventually passed away in the middle of that. So that had a little hiccup in our travel plans. great to have that time to spend with family and things in her last days. But so we had that little hiccup. Season 2, we had your little hiccup where we had some medical issues and ended up having to come back in January.
That was a bigger impact than even the year before, but yeah, we cut our season short, our season short by a lot.
So we're hoping for the perfect season this year where nothing major goes wrong.
Right.
Something will always go wrong, but hopefully nothing major that impacts our plans, really.
Yes. So that's our goal, is a drama-free, hiccup-free.
You got to expect some hiccups, but
but not big hiccups.
Right.
All right. So we'll keep you posted as we wind our way down to the southeast and spend some time with some friends, and then head off to Bowling Green, to Kentucky, where we are going to stay at a Harvest Host and
take in Mammoth Cave.
Take in Mammoth Caves. All right. See you then. So we have spent the last 2 days actually 3 days in Missouri with our friends Kathy and Bruce, and that's one of the best things about RVing, is being able to visit friends across the country and not impose. We got our own house, we got our own food, but we can hang out with them and have fun. So, by the way, Missouri is in surprisingly beautiful state, so we've loved it here. We are now heading off to Bowling Green, Kentucky, where we're going to see the Mammoth Caves National Park. So we've mentioned in videos before that we use Boondockers Welcome and some other places where we can stay for free. This has got to be one of the most unique places we've stayed. We are in the parking lot of a movie theater, and they were gracious enough to let us stay here for 3 nights. We kept ourselves away from their parking lot. That's their parking lot, so we're in but way off to the corner. And the second best thing about this place, a coffee kiosk. So I get fresh coffee in the morning without having to make it or clean up after myself, and it's really good coffee. So shout out to Cinema One Plus in Washington, Missouri, and I think it's Exit 11 Coffee over there. If you're in the area, stop by. It's really good. All right, so off we go to Bowling Green, Kentucky, where we hope to share with you some fun caves of some sort. I don't know, so we'll see. See you on the road.
So we're at True North Farm. It's a Boondockers Welcome. Unlike a Harvest Host, it's kind of the same thing, except it's not a business, it's a personal property. And we've got a beautiful spot here where we're just out here. We've got, right now we're the only ones here. There was another camper that was here last night. They left early this morning, and we'll see if somebody else shows up this afternoon. But we've got a beautiful view, very peaceful place. And it's a no-cost stay for us, so it's really nice.
One of the fun things also about Boondockers is you never know who you're going to run into.
Oh, yes.
And we were pulling in here yesterday, and there was another camper next to us, which, as Tom just mentioned, this place holds 2. And the guy came out and he said, "Were you guys in Lake Havasu 2 years ago?" And sure enough, yes, we were. And he remembered Tom and our rig. But so it was fun to just kind of reconnect with somebody we'd met 2 years ago and had a nice little sit down and talk before they left this morning. The RV community is very friendly. So we're going to show you our digs here because, I don't know, this just beats the heck out of a campground. So again, it's basically a free night and it's so much nicer than everything else. So let's show you our digs and see what you think about that. So this is basically the driveway in. Way down there is where we came in, but tons of room. And this place is ours for at most $15 a night. So definitely want to do Boondockers Welcome more.
Yeah.
And we actually can stay here for 3 nights, which is another benefit of Boondockers Welcome versus Harvest Host. So you provide us with some nice chairs. All right, so today it's going to Mammoth Caves and checking out some caves there and maybe doing some riding our bikes later.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you posted. So we just did Mammoth Caves National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about our experience.
It was good. We came over in the morning. We didn't have any tour at all. So
Planned,
planned. So we just came over. We looked at the board. We picked out a tour, and we went and did the tour. So I don't know. It wasn't the most decorative or ornate kind of a cave. It was a lot of just primarily just rock tunnel structure. It was interesting to go through. Mm-hmm. They said they know of. They said it's the longest cave system in the world at 426 miles.
Yeah.
Which is kind of impressive. Some of them are great big, huge cavernous passageways and rooms. Others are some smaller little crouch down and almost crawl through. Not quite on the one that we were on. I'm sure there's areas that are like that. And there's still lots of areas that they're still exploring. So that was kind of interesting to see.
That's our take on Mammoth Caves for now. See you later. We are at our Harvest Host location, and we've managed to get the rig, the truck, stuck in a little bit of sand here. So our lovely host is winching us out. How much fun is that? Wasn't that dramatic after all. So we got ourselves pulled forward. I'm a little concerned about the sand in front of the box. That makes me nervous.
So you can see we dug it up pretty good here. Lesson learned for me is we didn't have it in 4-wheel drive when we came through here, and anytime we get into anything kind of soft like that, maybe that's just the thing we need to do is just punch that button and put it into 4-wheel drive. The owner here said don't worry about it. He says you got a tractor, he'll just level this back out because we're kind of on a farm here. So we got in here, nice place. Got a full hookups here, which is kind of surprising for a Boondocker Welcome, but otherwise it's looking good.
Who's your friend, Tom?
Mr. Rooster.
Mr. Rooster?
Yeah.
You gonna say something, Mr. Rooster? What are you gonna say? Oh. Okay, this is the fun. This is the fun of boondocking at
Boondockers Welcome.
Boondockers Welcome, because you never know the friends you're gonna make. at the fire pit. He's hoping that we give him something, I think. We opted to tour St. Augustine by bike, primarily because we have a big pickup truck that's very hard to navigate in narrow streets and also find parking for. So we got our bikes out and we were able to tour quite a bit of the downtown, Old Town area, including this monument, Castillo de la Marco National Monument. We also even got as far as the beach, which was beautiful, and into Old Town, where there's lots of shops and eateries. Okay, this has got to be the best chicken and biscuits I've ever had. The chips that come with it are kettle chips that they fry, and then you get kind of dips, and it is super yummy. And this is Maple Street waffle thing. What would you rate this?
Very good.
We took the bridge and headed towards Anastasia State Park, which had wide open spaces and hardly any traffic, and just beautiful, beautiful flat places to ride. We were even able to see a little bit of wildlife. Well, on a whim today, we decided to head about an hour and a half away from our campground and go to Everglades National Park.
Yep.
And what did we learn so far?
We watched a movie.
Yep.
It's big.
It's really big.
There's a lot of water and alligators.
And crocodiles even.
Crocodiles, yes.
So we're on a little boardwalk that takes us out into the waterway, and we learned it's not a swamp.
Yes.
I thought it was, but it
A
isn't.
swamp is just standing water, but this is, they said it's like a big river that water flows through it.
Yeah.
So the water is constantly moving and moving slowly, but it's constantly moving through. So that's kind of interesting.
Really cool. I really want to see the manatees. I don't know how we're going to do that. And we're also going to do an airboat tour. Not today because we don't have time. This is really just a really quick one because we will have more time. Oh, there's a bird behind us on the lily pads. We'll have more time once we move on to Naples because it will be a little closer.
Yeah.
And we'll do an airboat tour and stuff. So
Yeah.
next up today
Will be Biscayne.
Key Biscayne
Yeah.
National Park. We don't know what to expect there either. So
Off we go.
off we go. So, after 2 weeks of driving, we have made it all the way from Minnesota to southern Florida. We had an opportunity along the way to spend time with friends and with family, and so we didn't spend as much time along this route in these cities. We did get a sample of the Atlantic side of Florida. Next up, we go to the Florida Keys, where we spend a month and we see the Dry Tortugas National Park. So join us next time as we move on to the Florida Keys and enjoy all that the Keys have to offer in winter.